And those three things in this order is pH, chlorine, and how's that filter. Okay, I've taught you how to deal with your filter and what the cool things that it can do. We've talked about chlorine and how we're going to tackle chlorine until the salt system gets started up. So the most important thing on any pool is pH. pH, pH, pH. Let's go over here and take a water sample and we'll talk about your chemistry.
And when you said everybody's favorite, you meant that sarcastically?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Very
Okay, because I was like,
sarcastically.
really?
So this is a pool, guys. It's like a new puppy. You can't control it. You nudge it this way, you nudge it that way. We don't micromanage pools. Guys, the tester gives you your test strips by the handle. So that little part that came out the hole was the handle. They line up like this. So if you send me a picture like this, I'm gonna laugh at you and tell you you're Kevin's problem, okay? So, right now I have 4 chlorine tablets, 2 in this skimmer basket and 2 in that skimmer basket. That is a lot of chlorine, okay? It's gonna last about a week. So try to get yourself some more before then. When they're gone, replace them, okay? What we're shooting for is a 2 to 3 parts per million, okay? For your chlorine. We're really dosing up your water because right now, after I test it, it's gonna say 0.
Okay.
We have a lot in because we need to get a readable level. When we get a readable level of chlorine, then I want you to start playing around with what you got to do to keep it at a 2 to 3 parts per million for the longest period of time, because that's the ultimate formula that we're looking for, right?
Okay.
We don't want to have to add chlorine every single day. We want to figure out how much do I got to put in here so I don't have to think about it for a whole week or 2 weeks. So every pool is different depending on the amount of sunlight that it gets, the amount of gallons, how far away the pipes are from the skimmers. All of these things are different factors that's going to change the amount of chlorine that your pool wants to eat on a daily basis.
Okay.
So when we get a readable level, which could take about a week or so, then we're going to start playing with maybe 2 in this basket and nothing over there. Maybe 1 in both of the baskets, maybe just 1 over there, or maybe just 1 over here. I could not tell you what it's going to actually be, but your goal is to find that formula. How much do I have to put in which basket for the longest period of time to keep me at a 2 to 3 parts per million?
Okay.
Okay? That is how.
How would you know, like, that basket versus that basket?
So, that basket is closer to that motor, so it has higher agitation going on in that basket.
Okay.
So higher agitation is going to make something dissolve quicker than a lower agitation.
Right.
So this one is probably going to dissolve those pucks slower than that one is.
Okay.
So you just got to kind of play with it. There's all types of different factors that go into it. Most likely, you might find that 2 pucks in this skimmer keeps you right where you want. I could not give you a guarantee to answer though, but that might be. I would try shooting for that one first. Okay.
And how often? It just depends.
When they're gone, replace them.
Okay.
And of course, this is temporary, guys. As soon as they start up the salt, it's no more headache of trying to figure that out. Okay. Just a temporary measure until we're good to go. Now, guys, the old hippie that taught me how to run pools back in the day when I was 14 told me that you. No, I'm 30 now, so it's been a while. But he taught me that you take water samples at the deep end. Jerry Garcia could have told him that in a dream, and I'm following him blindly. Who knows? So, guys, you take water samples at the deep end. I say it that way because I want you to know that if it's pouring down rain and you've got to get out here to do a water sample because you haven't done it, run outside, grab the water sample, and run back inside. Don't mosey all the way back down here. I just have always done it from here. So that's why I tell you, we do it at the deep end, guys.
It's probably the most representative of the...
But I've taken tests at the shallow end and the deep end and got the same results. Guys, 1 to 2 feet under the water, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. If you had any question about color, you could let it saturate for about 10 seconds.
Okay.
If you wait longer than that, the color bleeds out and then you're looking at a bunch of white nodes. I've had a lot of customers contact me the past couple of days and they're like, Philip, it's really hard to read. I've waited 10 minutes. I'm like, Well, yeah, all the color bled away. So,
Yeah.
10 seconds, fully saturated. Shake off any excess so it doesn't drip onto your next node.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come up to you guys. Lines up just like this, and just like we talked about, 0 chlorine. That's
Okay.
common that your water comes with no chlorine. Did you guys get a truck or did you hose fill?
Truck.
Yeah, sometimes it comes with a little bit, and that's why we're seeing a little bit of this. Usually the cream color is 0. We got a little bit of yellow. So we have a little bit of total chlorine. There are 2 portions of chlorine. There's free chlorine, which is free to clean your water or sanitize your water. And then there's used up portion of chlorine, chlorine that's already cleaned your water. Those 2 numbers added together gives you total chlorine. Okay? So if you have 0 free chlorine, but you have a little total chlorine, what do you have in your pool?
Nothing that's going to be cleaning.
Yes, you have only used up portion of chlorine in your pool. That's that portion that came in on the truck.
Okay.
The sun depleted it, it's gone, it's done, it will go and get filtered now. Okay? But guys, pH is the most important thing that we're talking about right now. And if 8.4 doesn't match, that means we're over here somewhere.
Okay.
Screaming high.
Right.
So, your guys' goal is 7.2 to 7.4. I know there is no 7.4 little square, but 7.2 right in those peachy orange colors is what we are shooting for. The reason why we choose that, and I know that 7.5 sounds ideal, or it says ideal, right? So ideal is because you've been to your regular local pool, right? And you got out and your eyes burned. Why is that?
Because of acid?
It's your pH.
Oh, the
pH.
alkalinity.
Yes.
It's too alkaline. Okay.
Chlorine has never hurt anybody's eyes. Your eyes are mucous membrane. Anything outside of neutral is irritating to us. So, 7.5 is our neutral. That's right where it will keep your eyes from not being burnt. So, right now we are doing a lower pH than ideal because we're creating an environment underneath the water so your plaster can still heal.
Okay.
cure,
Got
harden.
it. Got it.
Okay? But after the plaster is all cured up and healed up, 7.5 is right where you want to be.
Okay.
You won't have any eye irritation. Your water won't smell or taste different. It's all going to be the same. Make sure the kids aren't drinking the water, though. So, guys, anytime you are over a 7.2 to a 7.4, I want you to add a full gallon of muriatic acid. And your
Okay.
plaster is what's making your pH rise.
Okay.
Okay? So, after your plaster heals up, you'll have less of the fight going on. They use this stuff for etching masonry products. So, we're going to enter it into the pool very safely. Put the bottle in the water and pour away from you. You can see it sink underneath the water because it's heavier than water. Now, I told you that I want you to do a full gallon, but at the end of week 2, I want you to switch to half a gallon anytime it's that high, or anytime it's higher than what we want it to be.
Okay.
Okay, smart people find out that you can also do quarter gallons the same way. Because guys, nothing on this pool is labeled heart and lung machine, so closest is goodish. Right now, we are doing a full gallon. 2 weeks, full gallon. Guys, they use this stuff to etch masonry products. That's why they have concrete and blocks on the front picture. Rinse out the bottle. That way, if anybody's screwing around in your trash, they don't get hurt. I also always rinse out the outside before I put it on your coping. Or before you put it on your coping. Because you will leave a little ring, and that will be the only thing you see until the ring goes away. And it will take a long time for that ring to get sun bleached away. So, to avoid, it's like that one scratch that you have on the car.
Yeah.
That will happen outside in your brand new backyard, and nothing will fix it until that ring goes away. So, rinse off your bottle. Now, I told you guys that pH is the most important thing on any pool since the dawn of pools. That is because unchecked pH, your pool will go into a condition called scaling. It will scour out all the calcium from the walls, embed itself on the surface as sharp little frosted flakes. Have anybody heard the term pool toe before?
Yeah.
That's how you get it. Yes. So those sharp little frosted flakes cut off the first couple layers of your skin as you walk over the surface of your pool, and it hurts. It stings.
It does, yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
So let's pretend we're even better at ignoring pH. Your pool will come out and kind of look kind of like this, kind of hazy green blue color. And you'll also notice that your heater is leaking. Well, that tells you two things. Your heater is shot. There's nothing you can do to fix it. You need a new one. What happened was the water scoured out all the copper inside your heater and embedded it into the walls of your pool. So now your pool needs to be refinished. You need a new heater and your water is ruined. So pH is very important. You guys have a salt system. We know that salt is corrosive. Its natural pH is an 8.3. Our top of the scale is 8.4, guys.
Okay.
So if an 8.3 is going to raise your pH because you're going to have salt in here, you guys are always going to need muriatic acid because you are always going to be fighting the pH of salt.
Okay.
Okay? There is a test kit because the test kit that we bring you is a very basic, as the kids would say, a basic B type of test kit. So I would go to your local pool store and get a more advanced test kit. The more advanced test kits, like the Poolmaster 5-way test kit, has a acid demand test. That acid demand test will tell you exactly how much of this you need to add to get your pool to a certain ideal. So, for example, let's say your pool is an 8.9, okay? And we have 23,000 gallons. And we take the third reagent inside that bottle and we do a drop, a swizzle, a drop, a swizzle, a drop, a swizzle. Conversation's sake, 3 drops changes that pink color into clear or brown, which is neutralized. Inside the box, there will be a chart that says for 23,000 gallons and your pH was an 8.9 and it took 3 drops to get to neutralize, you only need to add 6 ounces of acid. So a Poolmaster 5-way test kit or a more advanced test kit with the acid demand test is going to be very helpful for you guys so that you can get more accurate with the actual amount of this stuff that you're adding.
I've seen the smart ones that like on like ads that float in the pool and like ring your phone. No, yeah.
Not me. No.
Yeah.
Again, I've been doing this for so long, it's not that much of a headache to rely on technology to do it for you.
Yeah.
Problem with technology is sometimes it's wrong. And you don't want that $50 little sensor to tell you you're good to go when meanwhile your pool equipment is telling you, hey, you really need to pay attention to me. And until they get synced up in some way, like the iAqualink, I wouldn't trust the technology that just floats around and connects through Wi-Fi or whatever.
And if there is something that like develops in terms of technology with iAqualink, will the app like advertise?
You'll get emails and everything. Yeah, I clicked. I had to agree to the terms and conditions and whatnot when I signed you up. I did ask them not to send you texts, but they will send you emails or they will send you emails, but they won't record your guys's product history for research. Okay. Because I never personally click that one, and you have the option to not click it, so I choose not to click it for you guys too. You have the option to go into your settings and fix that if you'd like. But that was Pool School, guys. That's everything I got for you. Does everybody feel calm?